It's further. It's all the way at the beginning. Yeah, that one. Oh, I'm going to close the door. Sorry. Yeah, Jamil. And we have the glance of beauty to just see each other and share in this way. Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil. Allah. 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 Once more. Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil. Allah. So, may our outer gaze always sanctify the beauty of our soul's inner sanctuary. And so we're going to begin now by sharing the invocation. And I'm just seeing who's here to invite to share it in the different languages. Oops, oh dear. Oh, there we go. Okay, we'll begin by sharing the invocation in English. Toward the One, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the messenger, the spirit of guidance. Noor in het Nederlands.
Tot de ene, de volmaaktheid van liefde, harmonie en schoonheid. Het enige wezen, verenigd met alle verlichte zielen, die de belichaming vormen van de meeste boodschappen, de geest van leiding.
Okay, and Fareshta in German, please.
Dem einen entgegen. der Vollkommenheit von Liebe, Harmonie und Schönheit, dem einzigen Sein, vereint mit all den erleuchteten Seelen, die die Botschaft verkörpern, den Geist der Führung.
Jamila from Switzerland in French.
Vers l'unique, la perfection d'amour, d'harmonie et de beauté. Le seul être, uni à toutes les âmes illuminées, qui forment l'incorporation du messager, l'esprit guide.
And oh yes, Ilka in Finnish.
Kohti yhtä rakkauden tasapainon ja kauneuden täydellistymää, ainutta olevaa, yhdistyneenä kaikkiin valaistuneisiin sieluihin, jotka ruumiillistavat mestarin suojelijat ja näkijät, johdatuksen hengen.
Anatoly in Russian.
К единому совершенству любви, гармонии и красоты, единосущному со всеми просветленными душами, образующими воплощение мастера, путеводный дух.
Is Rabia here? Yes, in Norwegian, please.
Henne mot den ena, den fullkomne kärlek, harmoni och skönhet, den eneste væren, forent med alle de opplyste sjelene, som legemliggjør mesteren, ånden som veileder.
I think I see Carola Nakiba in Hebrew.
Yes. לקראת האחד, היחיד האחד והמיוחד, שלמות האמת, הצדק והתפארת, הנמצא היחיד, הכולל כל הנשמות הנאורות, יוצרי הגשמת הרבי, הרוח הקודש.
Did I forget anybody? No? Thank you. Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. We begin in the name of the one who is infinite mercy and compassion. So I'd like us to begin with a kasab practice of love, harmony, and beauty, which is what we've been invoking. And this actually was a kasab practice that Pir Vilayat gave, and I love this very much as a way to tune ourselves to these ideals that we embody, because as Mershit reminds us, love develops into harmony, and out of harmony is born beauty. So the way that we will share this is we're going to close off the right nostril, thumb under the chin, middle finger closing off the right nostril, left hand covering the back of the right hand. We begin with a deep exhalation through the left nostril, releasing distractions. And as we inhale in full presence, inhale love through the left nostril, wadud, hold the breath, close off both nostrils on harmony, fazl. Exhale through the right nostril, beauty, jamil. Then we inhale through the right nostril, love, wadud. Hold the breath, kudus. Fazl, on harmony. And we exhale through the left nostril, jamil. And And then through both nostrils, deep inhalation. Gather in all that love. Holding the breath in the harmony of the spheres, Fazal. And exhaling through both nostrils, Jamil, allowing beauty to unfold. And so let us each in our own rhythm repeat this for 2 full cycles, just to keep ourselves aware of that interrelationship between love, harmony, and beauty. Amin. Just come sitting in your own presence. Amin. So welcome again, dear ones, to this bi-monthly class gathering in our caravan of the beautiful to celebrate beauty today. Of course, there are times when life presents us with many difficulties, pain, disappointment, and struggle. And even during such times, no matter the outer or the internal circumstances, most of us have recognized how beauty can guide us, bring healing, and help us to move to embrace the whole of life in ways that soften and really energize our hearts. So there's an ancient wisdom I just want to mention. I was thinking about this today from a Japanese Buddhistic tradition. And that wisdom teaching is called wabi sabi. And this is a recognizing of beauty in things that are imperfect, that are impermanent, and incomplete. So wabi sabi is a beauty of things that are modest and humble, and also of things that might be regarded as unconventional. And it's certainly relevant when we think about the challenges that our world faces today in coming to terms with what we might consider ugly or repelling to our finer senses. So we wonder, well, how do we train ourselves to actually see beauty in limitations, in making space for beauty in things that are imperfect? But I remember Pierre Vilayet used to always encourage us to see the beauty behind what appears in even an ugly situation, but not just to see beauty, but to seek it, to actually actively seek it. And so let us just take a moment to pause and reflect on this, because I'm sure that many of us have such a deep sensitivity that encountering a world that is so full of discord and disharmony is like sandpaper to our hearts. So just to rest for a moment in the recognition also that we have the gift of looking behind the appearance to, yes, be seekers of beauty. Because when we keep ourselves actively engaged in this seeking of beauty, we're nourishing our souls. It's soul food. Just like the calcium that's needed for our bones, our souls need beauty. So it's also a matter of giving ourselves that nourishment, even if it might seem that certain circumstances are devoid of it. So when we can acknowledge the presence of beauty that is really all around us in nature, as it's bursting forth these days in such magnificence, in beautiful people who are dedicated to building a beautiful world, through this acknowledgement, through this seeking of this, we begin to experience an illumination of our own wholeness. And I think that's very important, to recognize that it's about really taking care that we remember our wholeness, even in spite of all the brokenness that we might experience in life. And because the human heart is actually so very vulnerable and sensitive, when it experiences deep pain and disappointments, there can be this tendency to form this very hard and protective crust, a shell around the heart. And then we can harden and numb our hearts from feeling deeply. That's a worse thing than feeling the searing pain that causes the heart to open. Because there's times when the greatest sorrow can really open us to an exquisite beauty that's just embedded deeply within it. And I know that there are times when we might be called to actually focus our attention on deconstructing these walls around our hearts, which separate us from participating in the divine outbursts of wonder, of awe, and the amazement of the gift of life. Well, I'm happy that later Heike will lead us in a zikr to remind us of this. But we all are aware today is Earth Day. Happy Earth Day. And we should not just celebrate it once a year, but daily, to honor all of life by opening ourselves to the transformative power of beauty. And throughout all of the difficult times that we are sharing with Earth's co-citizens, while with open eyes we recognize the unraveling of our Earth's ecosystems through climate change, we recognize how ostracizing, how separating the effects of social distancing is for many of us through the pandemic. And all of these difficulties and challenges, we really need to keep practicing daily to keep something beautiful in our hearts, something beautiful that nourishes us. And so besides, of course, most of us who are able to go out into the nature that very simple and effective way during this blossoming season of the springtime is to stay very close to nature. And when our minds are restless and turbulent, when our hearts are feeling divided or broken, and in spite of all that, we can still find healing always in the silence and the sacredness of the forest, of the mountains, of the seaside. So let us remember how important it is to just keep slowing our rhythms down so that we can allow stillness to take over, so that our minds and hearts can really come to rest. And serenity opens up a way for us once again to hear the spirit of guidance that's coming from within, moving us towards new visioning. And then every difficulty can even be seen as a way in which we're really inviting fresh, new growth and the discovery of our co-creativity. So that's what I want to kind of introduce today as our theme, because, when we can enter into the experience of beauty, it becomes in itself prayer, because it's conversation with the divine, and it's ever spreading throughout all of our life's domains to touch other hearts as well. So here now, I'd like to invite Shanka to share some of her beautiful photography, which she wanted to show us today, which she's also put to music. And maybe, Shanka, you'd like to say something, a few words about this?
Okay, before sharing this little movie I made, I just would like to tell how happy and thankful it makes me to be able to go in nature, to watch all these little flowers that are opening its petals and reach their head to the sun. And those green leaves who are so tender in their color and their structure that the sunlight comes just through it. It is so beautiful. And each time I think, oh no, something is happening that makes me sad. It's of such a great help and beauty to go into nature, to take my camera with me, to lie down on the earth and try to make pictures of those little beautiful flowers. And that's what I want to share with you. Maar waar is mijn filmpje, Nena? Hier. Nee, dat is niet juist. Nee. Wat verdekken. sorry, I something went wrong with the film, but now I've got the right one.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. Let us just savor this inwardly now. We've had this feast outwardly through our eyes, and let us take this inside now for a few moments. And just savoring this exquisite beauty of nature that Shanka has captured in her photography, and the delicacy and the beauty. That also shows us how vulnerable the earth is. And seeing such beauty reminds us how important it is to lean into Mother Earth, to open up the ears of our hearts, to be able to discern how we are called to give shape to what is moving us at this pivotal time in our world's history. And how to stay connected with our sense of wonder and gratitude and awe. For all that nature continues to gift us with. Which also allows us to rest in the serenity of our own elemental natures. And in this way, we make it through hard times, difficult times, and open up to new perspectives, to let ourselves be transformed by the beauty. Before, I'd like to invite Hayo to sing for us a few contemplations on the permanence as well as the eternity of beauty. There's also that, the permanence as well as the eternity of beauty. So Herman Broch wrote, "Beauty was a reversion to the pre-divine lingering in humankind as a memory of something that existed before his own presence, even prior to God's." And Saint Augustine said, "Too late I came to love thee. Beauty ever ancient, ever new, too late came I to love thee." Well, these profound sayings actually remind us that true beauty is never stale, it's never old, it's always fresh. And the experience of beauty always resembles some kind of a new beginning. Something opens in our hearts for something new, and our hearts become young again, no matter our chronological age, because it becomes filled again with hope and promise. And with hope and promise, it inspires us with new vision and possibility. So, Meister Eckhart said, "Time makes us old, but eternity keeps us young." Think of that. Time makes us old, but eternity makes us young. Okay, so having said this, now I would like to invite Hayo to sing for us Beauty is Eternity. And maybe Shankar, you could put the words on, because these were taken from a passage of Kahil Gibran in the Prophet. Yeah.
Beauty is eternity, gazing in the mirror. You are eternity, and you are the mirror. Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil. You are life, and you are the V. You are life, and you are the V. He is eternity, gazing in the mirror, but in the mirror. But you are eternity, and you are the mirror. Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil. Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil, Ya Jamil. You are life, and you are the V. You are life, and you are the V.
Thank you so much. Let us remember through this beautiful song that Hiles shared with us how important it is to step out of the grid of ordinary time so that we can return to that place where history ceases, and we can also release all those heavy burdens of old memories that weigh us down so that we're immersed in this beauty that is ever ancient and at the same time new. Yes, and the indigenous people of America, the Navajos, asked, "Where shall you seek beauty, and how shall you find her unless she herself be your way and your guide?" So we'll just chant these words from the Navajo Beauty Way ceremony. I'll have Shanka put that on again for us. The words there. It's a Native American healing ritual just to restore harmony, and when disharmony has occurred, whenever it's occurring in nature, in life. And so this is an affirmation that no matter how extensive the disharmony has become. Regeneration of harmony and beauty is always possible when we align ourselves with that in an affirmative way in our own beings. And so I know many of us have shared this before as one of the many dances of universal peace. We're not going to start dancing this right now, but we will say the words together. And with simple gestures, you can do this either sitting or standing if you like. I'll just continue to sit here. So if you'd like, you could say the words, you could sing the words. I walk with beauty before me. I walk with beauty behind me. I walk with beauty above me. I walk with beauty below me. I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, my thoughts will all be beautiful. Ho! My words will all be beautiful. Ho! My actions will all be beautiful. Ho! As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty before me. I walk with beauty behind me. I walk with beauty above me. I walk with beauty below me. I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, my thoughts will all be beautiful. Ho! My words will all be beautiful. Ho! My actions will all be beautiful. Ho! As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way, I walk with beauty all around me. As I walk my life the beauty way. Oh. So just be aware how walking in beauty dignifies our lives. And takes us out beyond all the smallness of self-limitation, to experience and enlarge in our hearts. So let's share a wazifa practice from Pir Vilayat. Well, we've already been saying this often, but I don't think we can say it too often, invoking the divine beauty, Ya Jamil, because don't forget that each affirmation is another way of forging new neural pathways in the brain every time we recite with full intention and presence one of the divine names. So in this case, Ya Jamil, we're invoking these names of the divine to seek beauty where it might be hidden and cultivate within our hearts the emotional sensitivity to the subtle beauty which transpires behind what appears to be ugly or repulsive. And so this is why we invoke the two names Ya Jamil, Ya Latif, the subtle. So we're just going to chant this out loud 11 times. Medicine for our hearts and souls. Ya Jamil, Ya Latif, 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 Ya Jamil, Ya Latif. Amen. And just the silent repetition as a fikr, breathing in, taking in the beauty, Jamil, food for our souls. Exhaling, Latif, letting that be a gentle caress through our whole being that tunes us and restores us to that sense of our soul's true nature. Inhaling, Jamil, exhaling, Latif. And letting go of the practice, we just enter into the silence of the thicker asir, the secret of the practice, for a few moments of silence. Amen. So the Sufis say there are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground so that the beauty we love be what we do. And so, of course, Sufis love to chant zikr too, and it can have a very active kind of attunement, and to enter into that is another way of diving into the deep mystery. So I would like to invite Heiko to share with us a zikr practice now, which is also based on the hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him, died before death. And maybe Heiko, you want to say something first about this zikr before you lead us in it, why you chose this one?
Yes, I would like to. Thank you very much. So, it seems to be just the opposite from what we did, but I guess it's not. Mutu kabla anta mutu, die before you die. The Sufis see these words in relation to the discovery of our higher self. The lower self, the ego, is always looking outside and vying for recognition by others, for their love, ignoring our true being in us. Or how Pierre Vilayat expressed it, I don't have the exact words in my mind, it was something like that. Imagine what we could be if we were how we can be. When we polish the mirror, polish and polish, it's hard work, and eventually wipe out our false image, we may discover our true and eternal, beautiful face behind the veil. Crucial for the Sufis is the identification with the higher ideal. And while we are doing so and polish the mirror, our lower self is no more nourished, becomes quiet, and opens the space to unfold our true being. We will combine Mutu Kabla Antamutu with Ishq Allah Mabudala, the love to and identification with our highest ideal, God in us and we in God. Mutu Kabla Antamutu, die before you die, literally transform the lower self. Ishq Allah Mabudala, our identification with and falling in love with the higher self, the absolute truth, the highest ideal. The movement of the Sikha is the first Sikha, so the circle and bowing, and I will use my tambourine now. Mutu kabla antamutu, mutu kabla antamutu, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah mabud Allah. Mutu kabla antamutu, mutu kabla antamutu, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah mabud Allah. Mutu kabla antamutu, mutu kabla antamutu, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah mabud Allah. Mutu kabla antamutu, mutu kabla antamutu, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah mabud Allah, Ishq Allah
Saki, we don't hear you. You are still muted.
Thank you. Sorry. Um, Thank you very much for this beautiful zikr, Heiko. This poem that I found from Rabia Basri, the highly acclaimed woman Sufi saint of the 8th century. She wrote, "So beautiful appeared my death, knowing who then I would kiss. I died 1,000 times before I died. Have wings that feared ever touched the sun? I was born when all I once feared I could love." Yeah, so I'd like to have Sajid and Kabira now share with us one of the poems of Murshid which they've put to music.
By thy skillful hands, thou hast made these flowers by the power of thy magic lens. Thou hast colored them so beautifully, thou hast breathed on flowers, giving them life and radiance, and with a kiss thou hast made them fragrant. Let my inside be deeper than the ocean, let my mind be more fertile than the lands, let my heart be wider than the horizon, and let my soul soar higher than paradise. Ooh, Allahu, 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 Allahu. My inside be deeper than the ocean, let my mind be more fertile than the lands, let my heart be wider than the horizon, and let my soul soar higher than paradise. Ooh, Allahu, 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 Allahu.
Let us just take that exquisite beauty into our hearts. Thank you for this soul nourishment, Sajid and Kabira. be sharing a closing chant, which Putya, you had said you would like to lead us in. Are you there? Do you want to tell us what you're going to sing?
Yes, let's sing together. Jamilala, Jamilala, Ishkala, Jamil. 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 Jamilala, Jamilala, Ishkala, Jamil.
Thank you for leading us in that chant. May our longing and our nostalgia for this beauty always embrace both the seen and the unseen worlds, the visible and the invisible. Ishq Allah. And may we all become lovers who feel the depth, sometimes the pain of this invisible beauty that runs through like a thread in our lives. And may we discover the beauty that we love is truly the inner mystery of who we really are. So before we close now with the prayer for the universal, in this last few minutes, if anyone who didn't volunteer to be part of this gathering today to share something, if you want to just share a word or two as your gift, feel free to unmute yourself. It's not that anybody has to say anything, but only if you feel like it.
Deeply touched.
I feel thankful.
Gratitude.
Come on.
May the beauty we love be what we do, to kneel and kiss the ground. From Rumi.
Joyous and connected.
Janine.
I feel a little lighter and better, like more light is around me after this. So thank you.
Happy and nourished. Thank you.
Peace and harmony.
Oh, I want to say happy birthday, Renata. Yafata.
I will thank you very much. I feel refreshed and I feel opened again, and I feel happy. Thank you.
Okay. So may we all go forth and, as Pierre would say, let us continue to create a beautiful world of beautiful beings. And don't forget, this is the lifetime work of the soul. It's not going to just happen overnight. So, okay, so if you like, you can stand. We'll share the prayer for the universal. I think I put that on the screen also, Shanka, did I? For people who don't know the prayer? I'm not sure. Maybe.
No, it's not on it.
Are you sure? Oh,
Yes, I'm
okay.
sure.
It was on the other one. Okay, never mind. Sorry. So just take it into your heart as a prayer to remember that we are all the building stones. We're part of the bricks that create the universal together. O thou who art the maker, molder, and builder of the universe, build with thine own hands the universal, our temple, for thy divine message of love, harmony, and beauty. Amen. Thank you very much, everyone, for your beautiful presence. And until we meet again, we will certainly have more opportunities. And our next meeting, I think, will be in 2 weeks online. We have some in-person meetings before then, I believe. But anyway, until we meet again, all blessings and thank you for the beauty of your being. All blessings.
Thank you, Saki. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Thank you, Saki.
Thank you, Saki.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everybody.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone, for the beautiful
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Saki.
Have a
Goodbye. Thank
beautiful
you all.
full moon week.
Yes.
conversation.